I move the tub. I can put another one.
Yeah, of course. Once it's hot, it's hot. You can cook
Yeah.
for the neighbor.
Yes.
All right, so we just identified that
Perfect.
the typical dinner costs about $5 of charcoal. With this, will cost about $1.50.
$1.50.
We're back in it. What time is it
We have
now?
our first boil, and we've got.
We're hitting boil.
That's our first boil, and let's see. Our timing is
4:51.
4:50. That's exactly 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, we've reached our first boil. You can see we've got steam around the top of the glass lid, and we've got the base. You can hear it.
Yep. The water's starting to boil. Yep. So we're ready. Yeah, there you go. We're ready for some rice.
Yeah. So we would put the rice in right now, and the entire process. Our briquettes are very volatile, and one of the things that our stove does, because it's an ultra-efficient gasification stove, is it actually allows the briquettes to cook instead of very quickly, because the paper burns very quickly. Our stove extends the cooking process and focuses the heat right on the pot, and the result is that it'll cook without even adding briquettes. It'll cook for a full hour, sometimes as many as 70 or 90 minutes. But while we're here, as we're just about waiting for this, check it out. We can add briquettes, and look at that fire.
Wow. Amazing.
So it's not time to add briquettes yet, but if you want to add
we could cook a whole nother round of rice.
Right, you can just keep cooking all day.
More chicken.
Yeah.
And once the heat's ready,
Rice, beans.
He's getting hungry. Antoine's getting hungry.
Yeah.
Do we have a chicken to cook? Do we have any rice?
Well, I could make tea, actually, if you want
sure.
some tea. I have that. But
He's got to have some British blood in him.
But even
We're at a
better,
full boil.
Look at that. Now we're at full boil. Let's check the time for that. And
I think we're about 6 minutes in.
Yep, exactly 6 minutes in. 6 minutes
So
in.
5 minutes it starts boil, 6 minutes are at full boil.
Check it out.
We're ready for chicken.
Ready for chicken, ready for rice.
Incredible.
This is what I'm talking about.
Are you guys ready to buy one?
Yeah.
All right, so you understand. This whole structure is how much again, Kevin?
$100.
$100.
Yep.
You're going to save $3 every time you cook.
No, the pot's extra.
So how many days does it take for it to pay for itself? A little over a month.
To pay this?
Yeah. $100 for the whole thing. 100 US.
Yeah.
And you're saving $3 US every time you cook.
Household stove. So it's
I saved $3.
Every time you cook. Because that would be $5 of charcoal or $1.50 of briquettes. You know what I mean? $1.50 for briquettes, $5 of charcoal.
For 14.
For 15.
For 50 briquettes.
Yeah. So you're saving about $3 a time, right? So how long does it take to pay for itself? 1 month? 2 months?
you could pay for it in easily 3 months. Everything would be paid for, and you'd be ready to share the technology with your neighbors.
That's right.
We also, at this point, because this is the main air intake, the primary air, this is where we close it down.
To slow the heat down.
To slow down the heat and to lengthen the cooking process. And so that's why
You guys thought of everything.
with our stove. And as we said, now people ask, how do you adjust the heat? We can talk about that now too. Its automatic setting, without adding any more briquettes, is to go to a full rolling boil right away, and then it's going to gradually go to simmer, and it's actually going to simmer for another 60, sometimes up to 90 minutes, without adding even one more briquette, which is the perfect combination to cook rice. But if you want to cook beans, you want to keep that high boil going on, so that's when you're adding briquettes. It's still not time to add briquettes yet, but when the fire just starts to go down, you throw in another briquette, and it keeps that hot fire going continuously, and it keeps the boil going further and further. You may even need to add water because it boils away the water. But so that's the low heat or the high heat setting basically. And in the middle, you can do a similar thing, but you can add fewer briquettes and more time between briquettes. And so you can keep a very low boil going. So we've got everything first comes to a full boil. And then from that full boil, you can go down to a simmer for rice. You can go down, you can keep it at a full boil by adding a briquette maybe every 5 minutes. Or if you add a briquette instead every 10 to 15 minutes, now you'll keep it at a lower boil, and that's more for things like sauteing chicken, for example. You want it a little bit more than rice, but not as much as beans. So for rice, you don't have to add another briquette. 14 will do it. For beans, maybe while you're cooking the beans, add another 5 or 6